Hello, it's Reija and welcome to another video. Well, it is once again time to pick my TBR for the upcoming month. Time for another episode of Bookboard. And since last month, let's just say that at the end of it I was feeling a little bit like a loaf of toast with very little butter spread on a large surface. I was feeling very tired. Remind me never again to do this many projects at one go. It isn't good for my brain or my mental health. So, without further ado, let's get started and see what the Bookboard has in store for me this month. Okay, so before we get into today's filming, I have to show you a new addition to the Bookboard setup. So this is my rewards jar that I will draw a reward from every month if I manage to complete my TBR. So before we get started with the actual game, we need to determine, did I read all of the books that I was supposed to read? So, did I read a neurodiverse book? I did not. I was supposed to read An Unkindness of Ghosts, but I didn't have time, so I didn't get to it. So, one step back. Did I read a wild card? Yes, I did. I read Delicious in Dungeon for that one. Did I read an Indigenous science fiction book? I did not. I was supposed to read Robopocalypse, but unfortunately I didn't have time, so I didn't get to it. And finally, did I read an out-of-comfort-zone non-fiction that was chosen by my pets? Yes and no. Basically, I read The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat, but I got to around the 35-30% mark and I DNF'd it because, well, you will just have to see my wrap-up for that one. Then, did I read an Own Voices comic book? Yes, I did. I read Immortal Souls. And then, did I read a book by a favorite author? Yes, I did. I read The Ice Dragon by George R.R. Martin. And finally, did I read an indie title? No, I did not. I was supposed to read The Fairy's Tale, but I didn't get to it. So, one step backwards. And now, we can shuffle these back into the pile. So basically, I got half of my Bookboard done this month. But unfortunately, I also had the manga reading challenge this month, so I was kind of dividing my attention between two big projects, so that ended up biting me in the ass. And now, finally, we must determine how many throws I will have. Give me a good number. Good number. 2. 2 is not too bad. I can do 2. After last month, 2 is good. Roll number 1. 2. 1, 2. So, a non-fiction wild card. This is perfect. This is perfect. I know exactly what I'm going to pick for this. For non-fiction wildcard, I knew exactly what book I wanted to read because I just got this from the library. This is How to Lose a Country, The 7 Steps from Democracy to Dictatorship by Ece Temelkuran. This is a non-fiction book about fascism especially, and it is by a Turkish author. And it uses Turkey as the primary example here. And I found out about this book from Kazan from Always Doing. So yeah, I immediately, when I heard her talking about it, I checked my library to see if they had a copy, and they had, and I can't wait to read this. Throw number 2, the final throw. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have a token. Booktuber recommendation. Okay. And what does the card say? Reread. Huh. So a booktuber recommendation that's also a reread. That's gonna be interesting. Then for a booktube recommended book, a booktube loves book that also needs to be a reread, I went with a very easy one. The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Now, I read this, I want to say, in 2017, so it's been close to 4 years since I read this, and I love this series so much, and I feel like I may want to do like one a month reread of the whole trilogy and see what I think about it now, having read the whole thing already. And yeah, I might annotate and, you know, let me know in the comments if you would want me to do a reading vlog of my reactions, and whether you want it to be a spoilery or spoiler-free reading vlog, or whether you want to see a vlog in general. So yeah, I will consider doing one for this, because yeah, this is one of my favorite books, so interested to see how it holds up for me and how I view it now that I've changed as a reader and also as a person in the past 4 years. So yeah, can't wait to read this. And then I'm going to talk about a few books that I want to prioritize for the upcoming months, partly because they are library books and partly because I just want to get to them. Starting with the last 2 Raksura books by Martha Wells, The Edge of the World and The Harbors of the Sun. These are the very last Raksura books that Martha Wells has written, and I am so invested in all of these characters. I want to know what happens to them. And yeah, these are a lot chunkier than I thought that they would be. Like, these are what? Let's see. How long are you? Oh, 400 pages. And this is also like 380. Okay, so they look chunky, but they are not as chunky as I expected. So yeah, looking forward to reading these ones. And then the final book that I'm prioritizing for this month is Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This is a middle grade, and look at it. It looks so beautiful. Oh my, like the font is holographic. This tickles me in all the right places in my soul. But essentially this is about this girl Amari who discovers a secret society, a magical society if you will, and I don't actually know all that much else about it, and I don't want to. I want to find out for myself and read it. And I might actually start with this one, because this is due at the library the earliest. So yeah. And there you have it. This is my TBR for May. I have to say, it looks a lot more doable than my TBR for April did. I don't have to read any manga if I don't want to this month, so this is a lot more doable. I might be able to find time to relax even this month. So yeah, that's fun. Let me know in the comments which of these books sounds the most intriguing to you. Are you planning on reading any of these, or are any of them on your radar? And let me know if you want me to do a reading vlog of the 5th season, and I will see you in another video very soon. And don't forget to leave a dice emoji down in the comments. Okay, bye bye!